Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Little Marketing Podcast, where we provide small business owners across the globe with smart and tangible marketing advice for their small business. Now, in last week's episode, we spoke about actions that we see small businesses take to make sure that they are a marketing-led business and showed the contrast to what it looks like for a business that isn't marketing-led. So on the back of that episode, what I want to discuss today is the personality traits of the business owners that we work with that are marketing-led, to show a bit more about the mindset of small business owners that are marketing-led and their thought around what marketing means for their business, and just what their general mindset is for business and the success in their business as well. So I've literally got 10 of our clients listed down here, and I'm going to take you through each one and talk about the specific mindset. Now, the thing is that as a small business owner, what I want you to do is I want you to be able to relate. You, as a small business owner, often feel like you're alone. So by giving you 10 examples of mindsets, and they're real people, you can feel like you can relate to this a little bit better. So if there are shifts in the mindset that you need to make, then maybe you should do that. Now, the thing about mindset is that it's hard to make a shift, and the shift does not happen overnight. I can tell you from personal experience that our marketing as a marketing consultancy for small business has evolved over the last 17 years, and my mindset has needed to move as well as the time goes by as a business owner, as a marketer. So from my perspective, there's different types of mindsets that I need to consider. And so I want to bring you 10 real small business examples of mindset when it comes to marketing and business in general, and the impact that marketing has and has had on their business as well. So let's get into the first example. So first guy I've got on here, so they are a business, service-based business. They've got about 10 staff, and they are one of our longest standing clients. So they've been with us pretty much for 17 years. So if I think about their mindset when it comes to marketing, when they first started working with us, so probably a little bit more hesitant, who's this new company? Can they help us? And in an industry that generally 17 years didn't really market itself very much at all, that industry has changed a lot. And I'm keeping this anonymous because I don't want to give away kind of client names. So their mindset shift was, okay, let's create some structure around what we're doing. So they were nitpicking on every dollar that was invested in their marketing, but they were willing to give things a go if they felt like over time that there was going to be a return on investment, and they were going to be able to measure the marketing activity that they did. Of course, they were very cautious with the numbers, but they were open and willing. So if we talk about mindset, they were open and willing to listen to the advice that we were going to give them, being open to the activities that we were doing. And over 17 years, those activities for that company have evolved very much so each and every year, based on technology, based on their client base, based on a whole different number of factors. So, but their mindset is, let's give something a go. Let's make sure we're measuring it. Let's make sure we're staying on top of it. And it's about us working with them in a consultative approach, like we do with all of our clients, to make sure that what we're doing is working, and if things aren't working as well, we're tweaking or fixing it or stopping it and moving on to the next thing. So you can imagine over 17 years, their marketing absolutely has evolved. And the marketing landscape and the options that people have as a business have changed in the last 17 years. All the free platforms you can use, or the impact that social has had, like all these things really weren't around 17 years ago. So their business has had to evolve. Our marketing offering has had to evolve. And the importance of our approach of being consultants, it's about making sure that we are guiding through the process, where it's not about us, it's about our client, but it's about guiding through the process and giving them the advice and the expertise so that they can improve their business. Right, so next one. Another client, been with us for 6 years in the product space, hygiene space, so very competitive space, but their mindset, again, very much open to advice, open to looking at what can work for their business, when COVID hit, they almost wanted to put a pause, and we said, look, don't put a pause. What's the reason for your pause? We convinced them to stay marketing because we knew that things were going to open up and things were going to get back to normal. So they continued on. So if I think about the mindset of that business owner, it's willingness to listen, to take advice, and to just keep plowing through and stay positive to make sure that ultimately their business will succeed. So positivity, just keep going, plowing through. And you're going to hear some common themes over the 10 businesses that I talk about, because they are common. The success and the personality traits of business owners are all very common, and it's about getting you to think about what your mindset needs to be, and whether there needs to be shift away from maybe fear or scared of what people are thinking, or scared about the time or investment or money that you need to make in your marketing. So it's about just getting you to think about mindset shifts. So again, that business been with us for 6 years. Their marketing again has evolved over that time. We know strongly, especially in the last 3 or 4 years, what really works for them. So we tweak it every now and then if we need to, but we've got a really solid foundation for that client and that business, and their business keeps growing. They're probably the busiest that they've ever been, I should say. So again, mindset is all about just making it happen and getting on with it. Next business in the design space, offering services to residential homeowners and builders. So they very much do the marketing activity themselves. So their mindset is, we can just make it happen. So they need to be super motivated. They're not just relying on little marketing to execute, but rather we consult with them, but they're the ones doing the hard yards and doing the grind each and every day in terms of the activity that they do, whether it's social, whether it's writing articles on their website. They're doing it regularly. They're committed to the cause. They do it consistently. So you're starting to see common traits here. So we've got consistency, plowing through, just keep going, motivated. So they do it all themselves, been with us for about 5 years. And the last meeting we had last week, the business that they've ever been, they've picked up a whole lot of clients. They're being really picky with the type of clients that they want to work with. They can start to think about having some holiday maybe, but they're thinking about, can they do that because they're so busy? So it's great to see their business flourishing. They have to hire a couple of people as well. So again, for them, they're doing the marketing actions and activities themselves. So even more accountability on their shoulders, and they are making it happen. So great to see that they're driven and focus, and that consistency is playing a key role. And you can see, for example, on the website traffic is a good parallel to how busy they are as well, and that growth trajectory is working in parallel, and it's all because they have made it happen and they are willing to work hard. Next business, been in their industry for almost 30 years. They've been a client of ours for about 6 to 7 years. Super competitive space in the trade industry. Again, started working with us just before COVID, I think it was. And again, really solid foundations in terms of what the marketing looks like now. Probably the last 4 to 5 years, we know what really works for them. We tried a whole different types of things. And again, their personality and their trait was all about, let's try different things, let's see what works. They know that, again, we're the guide. Not everything is going to work for every business and every industry. It's like that common question that we get asked from small business owners, what's going to work for my business? I don't know. Every business is different. Every audience is different. Your investment is different. Your commitment is different. So every business and every outcome will be different. But if I look at the personality traits of this business owner, been in the game for a long time, so it's so good to see his motivation levels are still strong, and he's still willing to give things a go. He has full trust in the work that we're doing. He's got a few people in his team doing some things as well, but we work as a team. We work again in that consultative approach, and again his willingness to try different things and the trust that he has in little marketing. And it's about having trust in the advisor, and that trust has to be earned from our business. Again, we've been doing this for 17 years, so we've got our trust on the board, but at the end of the day, people are hesitant, and until they start to see some results and you build relationships with them, and they build relationships with our team, it's great to see how good their business is going and they're flourishing and they're just willing to make it happen. Next business. So they've rebranded in the last year or so, been with us on and off for about 10 years, full rebrand. And again, now they want to be super aggressive with their marketing. Again, we're trying one key activity, and it seems to be working really well for them. So now, of course, what do they want to do? If you were in their shoes and that activity was working well, what would you want to do? You would want to do more of that activity, which is what they are wanting to do. So again, they're hungry. They've seen a little speck of difference. Now they want to amplify that and do more of it. So again, they're involved in the process. They want to listen. They want to learn. They want to push things more. So again, it's about, so far we're about almost halfway through the example clients, but they're just willing to make it happen and they're committed to the cause. People in business, and the failure rates, I think it's over 65% of businesses won't last more than 3 years in business. And it's because more than often they want a short-term fix. They are not communicating any point of difference. There's a few key reasons that businesses fail. Not knowing their numbers, not having a point of difference, not marketing themselves, not willing to work hard and be committed and stay consistent in the activity and the work that they are doing. So this business here, committed to seeing that things are working and they want to now keep doing more. Next business. Out of all the businesses that I've spoken about today, this one's the youngest in their lifetime cycle with Little Marketing, only been with us for 2 years. But again, they are already seeing traction in the work that they are doing with us. We've really revamped their business, made them look more professional, and they were professional as it was. But again, their willingness to listen to the advice and just transform their business and to see it transform, not from a visual and a message perspective, but they're the business that they've ever been. They've gone now into another city and pushing their business forward with that. So they're growing steadily. They're not going super aggressive with their marketing, but there's things that we're doing that are working. And again, we're building some solid foundations around what's working for them. And their mindset again is around listening, seeing what works and what doesn't. And we're doing a couple of different things for them, and they're all really nicely working together. So again, a nice example of that consultative approach that we're working with our clients and their willingness to make it happen. Next business, been in business for over 20 odd years. In the service-based businesses, service to strata, to the airports, those types of kind of bigger type of clients, quite competitive, but we've built trust in his business and his brand. And again, here's a business that wanted to really show the professionalism around what he does and how he helps his clients, and he really came to us probably about 18 months ago. We've been with him for about 7 years, but 18 months ago he really wanted to invest more in his marketing. So here's a business that was willing to invest the money, the extra money, and really push things forward. You don't last with clients for 7 years if you're not showing results. And so there was clearly trust built in the work that we've done with them. And that's why they wanted to really up the ante and have so in the last 18 months. And in that particular business, he's actually created a separate business, again, slightly different industry. And we've done all the work for him as well. And again, a business owner that's willing to invest because he's seen results. And that's the thing, and that's what I said before about having that mindset of knowing that not everything happens straight away. Business is a long game. There's no magic pill in marketing or in business. So you need to give it time, you need to work hard, and then when you start to see results, then you can start to do more of what is working and tweak what's not as working. Another business, been with us for 7 years. They started working with us 7 years ago. They did work for a couple of years. Then they paused a little bit. They got too busy. They lost a bit of focus. Now, the last year ago, they've come back. Again, wanted to, not too dissimilar to the business that I just spoke about, wanted to revamp things, really look more professional, show that credibility and build the trust with the clients. And because they've been so busy in the last 4 or 5 years, they've got more runs on the board, so they want to leverage that success that they've had. So again, their mindset is about leveraging the success, again, doing more. They know what they did 7 years ago has worked. They want to now do more and more of that, and they're willing to be hungry. They want to be a bit aggressive with their marketing. Not everyone here wants to be aggressive. They do kind of modest increases in their marketing, but this one wants to go aggressive, and that's fine. It's about just being measured and, again, working with them in that consultative approach, but again, a really hungry business. All right, we've got 2 more examples. Next one, next business, been going only for about 3 or 4 years. And sorry, this one has been with us only 6 months, but again, they've had so much success before working with Little Marketing. In the first couple of years in their business, there's kind of 4 key partners within the business. So lots of people with opinions and approvals and those types of things. And it's about just managing those expectations. But their mindset is they've got runs on the board in terms of what they've done in the first couple of years in their business. They want to just now amplify that, be a bit more aggressive in the marketing that they're doing, really get themselves out there and show that they are the experts in their field. So what's the mindset there? The mindset is let's go to market. Let's tell people what we're doing. The success that they've had prior to us had nothing to do with marketing. It was about them, just their network and their relationships. But now they need to really go beyond their saturated network and start to market themselves. And so far, so good. And the last one here, this guy works kind of with big builders and big developers in the commercial space. Started working with him about 8 years ago. He did a whole lot of work, paused a little bit, got busy, and like the guy that I'm just talking about, he is now wanting to amplify the success that he's had, slightly change the audience that he's working with. So redoing the communication. So here's a client that understands his audience well, understands that his industry has changed slightly. So he knows that he needs to market and communicate his business a little bit differently to target the type of clients that he wants to go after, given how much the industry has changed. So a client that's got his ear to the ground is not oblivious to what's going on around him, and knowing that the marketing and the marketing message and the visuals and his website and all those things need to be amended based on how the industry has changed, and knows that marketing will play a key role in that. So I've just given you 10 client examples and their mindset around marketing and what they believe marketing can do for them and why they want to do it. So their willingness to work hard, their willingness to listen, their willingness to work with us in a consultative approach, their willingness to invest in marketing, their ear to the ground on their business. So they're just hungry business owners. It's not a lifestyle business, as they call it for these business owners. It's their life, it's their livelihood, it's their family. So they know how important it is, and and the hunger that these clients have. You can see how passionate I am and my team is about working with our clients. So when we're excited and we're hungry and our clients are excited and they're hungry, it makes for a perfect partnership and a great relationship. And as you can see, like the clients, these 10 examples we've been working with for 17 years, 6 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, 2 years, 7 years, 7 years, 6 years, 6 months. That's the youngest one. And 8 years. Like these are long clients that have been with us for a long time, and it's because we work with them in that consultative approach. But it's not just on us; it's on them and their willingness to listen and learn and know that they are great at what they do. But it's about working in conjunction in that consultative approach with us to make sure that their business can thrive and the marketing is having impact in their business. So it gives you something to think about when it comes to your mindset around marketing and hunger in your business. We all have off days. We all sometimes can't be bothered going into work or speaking with clients. We all have those days, and you wouldn't be human if you didn't have those days. But it's about having, I should say, an overall kind of passion and goal and focus on what you're trying to achieve in your business. And without that, and I think if you're not hungry, then get out of your business, go and get a full-time job. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Just remember the failure rates. I think 25% don't last beyond the first year. 65% of businesses don't last beyond 3 years. So take those numbers into consideration. Business is a long game. Marketing is a long game. There's no quick wins. These businesses know and understand this. They're all successful in their own right, and they know what it takes to run a successful business. But you never stop learning. Regardless of how long you're in business, you will learn every single day. And the minute that you think you know everything or you stop learning is the minute that your business can potentially fail, because you never will know everything. And that's the absolute truth. So I hope you got plenty out of today. I actually really enjoyed that podcast to reflect on our clients' mindset. If you feel like there's people that you know, other business owners around you that need maybe a bit of a mindset shift, share this podcast episode with them. And of course, as always, we love a rating and review. It helps to get our word out there across the globe to help small business owners, regardless in their industry. And today was very much about mindset and your mindset when it comes to marketing. So I hope you got lots out of it. As always, we've got lots of shorts across TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. So be sure to subscribe and get onto those during the week. And we'll see you back next week with another episode of the Little Marketing Podcast.
Please note that all the information provided on this podcast is general in nature and is not intended to be specific advice to your individual situation. Please be sure to engage a professional for a customized approach to your business and personal circumstances.